Good morning. This is BremSter. It is bright and early here in Melbourne. Actually, it is bright. Yesterday it was pouring rain and it was a very miserable day yesterday. You should have seen my very wet and miserable cat. But today, so far, it's been bright and sunny. And I have an incredibly busy weekend. Um, I wasn't sure if I was going to stream today, but I'd planned to, and then last night stuff started happening to my channel, and I figured, what the heck, let's just do it. Yeah, basically about 12 hours ago, a whole bunch of my previous gas streams. This is the sulfur one, so being in hell is kind of appropriate. Hi, Frappy. A whole bunch of my gas streams got reported for something. I got started getting emails from YouTube. So yay. Yeah, yay. Oh, hey, who's here? I haven't seen you in ages. So welcome. But anyway, I'm here to try and solve some gas puzzles. I have been dealing with a lot of medical issues this week, and this is my way of relaxing. And I've been solving a whole bunch of purchased puzzles recently, which I can't stream, and I haven't even been recording. But these ones I can stream and record, and I had been, so I figured, why not? People can join me or not, that's up to them. Hey, Sotek. Um, I hope the new job is going well, Hoosier. Anyway, let's have a look at this puzzle. So this is the previous one I did was a thermo from Clover. This one is called Up and Down Sudoku by Sam Kappelman Lines. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. So, starting at the beginning of the stream, every box, every row, and every column, digits 1 to 9 without repetition. Along each grey line, the sequence of numbers must alternate between increasing and decreasing. I'm not sure I follow that. So, okay. So this digit has... Hang on, that doesn't work. I don't follow. I think I'm ending this stream. Okay, I don't follow this one. The sequence of numbers must alternate between increasing and decreasing. Every other digit on the line is less than the digits next to them. What? Crikey. I should have had my eye drops this morning. Either the 246... Yeah, So these are the alternating digits along the lines. Right, I get that. So the sequence of numbers must alternate between increasing and decreasing. I mean, if I was to run that through English, it would mean there would be an increase and then a decrease, then an increase, then a decrease, then an increase, then a decrease. That's a sequence of numbers that is increasing and decreasing. But that's not possible. So this is not a rules that are set phrased in English because that's not possible. It can't. I can't decrease from 2. So English what? How do I decrease from 2? In one, it must alternate between increasing and decrease. What? So I've got a decrease and okay, so I've got a decrease and then increase. Right, but well that was forced here. Then I have to decrease and then increase, decrease and then increase. Right, got it. Right, okay. Oh my god. Fine. So this is higher than 2, this is higher than 2. And because this is increasing, this has to decrease. So this has to be 7, 8 or 9. Right. So this is going down, up, down, up. So this is 7, 8 or 9, down, up. So what that's giving us is that's an 8, 9 pair. Right. Right. I don't think this is a gas puzzle just from the understanding of the rules. Maybe it's just me being an idiot. It's probably just me being an idiot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are 3, 5, and 7. We get a 7 in the middle. These are 3 and 5. But it's down, up, down, up, down, up. So that's the 5 and that's the 3. This is the 9 and this is the 8. And that line is done. Okay, here we have to go up. So I'm going to call this one blue and this one yellow. And then it's going to alternate along this line with all of those being up and all of these being down. I don't know how that could have been expressed better. So this has to be a 9. This has to be an 8 or a 9, and it's not an 8. This has to be an 8 now because it can't be a 9. And now I think I'm doing Sudoku. That's an 8. That's an 8. One is in one of those two. One is in one of those two. 4 is in one of those two. 6. No, I definitely got lost on this one at the start, and I'm sorry about that, everyone. 9 is in one of those two. Because the alternating at the moment doesn't seem to be giving me much. I'm looking for naked singles, but nothing is really jumping out at me. Well, that can't be 1, 2, 3. Can be 4, can't be 5, can be 6. So this is only 4 or 6. Actually, it's 4. By Sudoku, that's 4. So that's not the 4. This is the 4. 8 in box 7. Ah, right. That's an 8. So that's the 7. Which puts 7 in one of those two. This is cool. It took me a while to, yeah, I didn't understand it. Which is often the way with gas puzzles when it's a rule that you've never seen before. It's like, I don't understand how this works, or at least it is for me. Now, the 2 can't be in any of those, and it's not higher than 4. So 2 is in one of those two, which puts 2 in one of those two. I mean, this can be 5. It can't be 6. It can't be 7. It can't be 8. So this is 5 or 9. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm definitely feeling like today is going to be a fail day. These are 1, 2, 3, and 5. There's no 1 or 5 there. There's no 3 there. No, that's not it. Row 7, column 7. Oh, it goes both directions. Why had I only been thinking clockwise? Why had I only been thinking clockwise? That also must be a 9. What's wrong with me? Now I'm terrified I've missed that same thing in another way. So 1 is in one of those two. These are 1, 3, 5, and 6. Well, there's no 6 there. So they're 1, 3, 5. 6 is in one of those two. What is this triple? 1, 6, and 5. There's no 6 there. That's not it. 2 in box 9. 2 in box 9 means 2 is in one of... Well, that's not a 2. 2 is in one of those two. How does that place 2 in box 6? How does that place 2 in box 6? Place 9. Oh, that 9 looks up. That's not 9. That's 9. Now that's 2, which takes 2 out of those. Right, got it. Sorry, I am definitely not firing today. Now, hang on. Why do I have a corner pencil mark 1 but not there? The ones are looking down. That is not 1. That's the 1. These are 3, 5, and 6. There's no 5 there. There's no 3 there. That's the 6. There's no 5 there. That's the 3. That's the 5. This is a pair. 6 and 7. So that's the 7. That's the 6. This is a triple. 1, 3, 9. There's no 1 there. Oh, that's the 3 from the column because of that 9. That's a 1, 9 pair. So this column is missing a 5, which makes that a 1. I, I think my nerves are also up because I keep expecting the stream to disappear any minute. 6 in box 4, you're correct, goes there. So this row is missing a 5, which goes there, which makes this a 1 and this a 3. These are 2 and 8. And the 8 looks up. That 2 means that's not the 2. This is the 2. This is 5 or 9. Not sure. So these are 1 and 3. This row. 4, 5, and 9. So this is 4 or 5. This is 4 or 5. So this is the 9, this is the 5, and this has to be the higher digit. So that's the 5 and that's the 4. Once you wrap your head around it, this is really cool, but it took me a minute or 5 and help to wrap my head around it. I'm so sorry. This 3, which is invisible, makes that the 2 and that the 3. There's probably other invisible digits. 1, 4, 5, 6. Well, there's no 1, 4 there, so that's a 5, 6 pair. So I can take the 5, 6 out of there, use the invisible 1 to make that the 4 and that the 1. The 5 also looks down, making that the 6, that the 5, that the 6. I made a mistake here? I'm not sure, but that seems to be a 3. These are 2, 5, and 7. So that's the 2 by Sudoku. And the 5 makes that the 7 and that the 5. In this column, that's not the 2, that's the 2. This seems to be a 3. which means this is the 1, this is the 3. The 1 looks across, making this the 9 and this the 1. This is a 7 to complete everything. These are 6 and 9, and I'll use the 9 to make that the 6 and that the 9. That puzzle doesn't include the solution, but I'm hoping that is correct. Okay, that was a very, very strange puzzle, and I definitely took... I probably would have worded that differently, and I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how. But anyway, now we've got a Philip Newman puzzle. Which has been solved 699 times so far. So very, very VSVD OKVM. I can't tell that. Sure. Which is normal Sudoku rule supply. Digits in cell separated by a V must sum to 5. There is no negative constraint, I am assuming. This seems to be the new trend. It used to be if you didn't state a negative, if you didn't state there was no negative constraint, that was the negative constraint. That was the Sudoku norm for about 18 years. And in the last 18 months, that's shifted. And I don't think we'll ever shift it back. But, oh well. Anyway, so the rules are normal, but the any cell separated by a V must sum to 5. The only ways to make 5 are 1, 4, and 2, 3. I can't put a 3 on this, so this is a 1, 4. This can't be a 1, 4, so this is now a 2, 3. This can't be a 1, 4, so this is a 2, 3, and I know the order. This is now a 1, 4. This can't be a 1, 4, so it's a 2, 3. This must be a 2, 3 by Sudoku. This is a 1, 4. This can't be a 2, 3 because I can't put 2, 3 there. This is a 1, 4. Can't put 1 or 4 in those. That's a 2, 3. The 3 here makes that the 2 and that the 3. This is now 1, 4. I've got 1, 4, and 3 here. So this is 2 and this is 3. This is 1, 4. This can't be 2, 3. This is 1, 4. This is 3 and 2. We get deep, deep doots. Can't believe they're still turned on. They're still turned on because this is the Cracking the Cryptic app, which I have been explicitly asked not to use, but these are gas puzzles, and there's not much I can do about that. This can't be 1, 4, so this is 2, 3, and this can't be 2, 3, so this is 1, 4. The 1 makes that 4, and that 1, 1. I have had many seizures this week, and my hands are still shaking a bit, so you can also deal with the trembles and the mistypes. The 3 makes that 2 and that 3, which looks up making that 2 and that 3. The 1 makes that 4 and that 1, which makes that 4 and 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 1. I could have started with the 4s and gone up. The 3 makes that 2 and 3. Now I just need to do the rest of the Sudoku. These are 7, 8, 9 without that being 8. So 8 is in one of those two. That doesn't seem to be it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. There's no 8 there. There's no 5 in either of those. So that's your 5. This is an 8, 9 pair. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 6 and 7. And I know the order because of the 7 in the very center of the grid. That puts 7 in one of those two. But there's a 7 there. So we get a 7. It's a matter of the domain. Yes, the software is Sudoku Pad. It is, much as they like to call it their software, this is not the Cracking the Cryptic software. This is not developed by them. It's not owned by them. It's Sudoku Pad, and it's under the Sudoku Pad app domain, which I've been told not to use the crackingthecryptic.com domain. But the gas puzzles are all released under crackingthecryptic.com, or at least they were in 2022. So where am I looking now? 6 is in one of these two, but this 6 looks up, so this is the 6. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 9. 1, Wait a minute. Oh, this 7 took 7 out of those right at the beginning. Invisible digits. There's something about invisible digits that makes them invisible. Call me crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 8, and 9. There'll be something on 5s here. Like, that's not a 5. Not seeing it yet, but I will. 5 is in one of those two. Actually, I know what this pair is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 8, 9 pair. So this is the 5, 6 pair. So this becomes the 5. This becomes the 6. So this column is just missing the 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 8, 9. I'll use the 8 to make that the 9 and that the 8. This row seems to just be missing a 6. It's the community software that we all use that is developed by Sven. And let's face it, Sven needs more credit and support, and Sven is awesome. This is 5, 9 for the column, but that 5 makes that the 9 and that the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 go into those. Yes, all thanks to Sven. All hail the mighty Sven. This is an 8, 9 because 7, 8, 9 for the row, but there's a 7. So the 8, 9 means that's the 7 and that's the 8, which means that's the 9, that's the 8, that's the 9, which looks up at this 8, 9 pair, making that the 8, taking 8 out of those. The 5, 9 makes that the 8, which makes that the 9. The 9 also looks up, making that the 5 and that the 9, which looks down, making that the 8 and that the 9. The 3 looks up, making that the 2 and that the 3. I don't know why I missed that at the beginning, but I did just to cope. This is the 8, and in here I'm missing 5, 6, and 7. 5, 7 makes that the 6, and the 5 makes that the 7, and that the 5. Notice I didn't pick the invisible digit. Solve 700! Woohoo! There's way more than 700. It's just 700 since then added the solution tracker, which was a year or like nearly a year after the puzzle was released. Um, wow. Why is it? Yeah, that's unsurprising. I lost 30% of the people watching the stream as soon as I said I'm not supposed to use the Cracking the Cryptic app. I'm surprised this hasn't been or this has been reported and I just haven't noticed yet. Okay, that was a cool puzzle. I really like that one. The next one is word search. Now, this doesn't have a URL. I'm imagining I'm going to try. If this is a Penpa one, I'm not going to be. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do this. So I'm going to have to skip this one. Nothing was given for me to be able to do it, so I can't do it. Okay. So I can't do the full month. No effort was made for doing this in software that is actually capable of being done on all systems. Couldn't be done on phones, couldn't be done on tablets. Basically, do this on a Windows computer or don't do it. Okay. I did try solving again on Penpa. There was a puzzle that I was sent and I was going to test it on the original submitted link before I tried to cosmetically reset it because I don't always blind solve. And I got, I think, 20 minutes into the solve and Penpa just magically reset. So that bug is still there and I wasn't going to readdress it. Okay. So, X sums. Normal Sudoku rules, a clue outside the grid indicates the sum of the nearest X cells in the corresponding row or column where X is the first of those cells. Okay, so basically what that means is if this was a 4, then the first 4 cells would sum to 10. If it was a 2, then the first 2 cells would sum to 10. That's what that means. Okay. Now, if this was a 2, I would need 2 cells summing to 1. This is a 1. I need cells summing to 40. This has to be 7 or 8. It can't be 9. Basically, what it means is the things that aren't included in the sum must sum to 5 because of something that most people call the secret, and there's another reason for this stream to get reported. if I need cells down here that sum to 5, so something not included in the sum summing to 5, it could be a single 5 or it could be 2 digits summing to 5. There's no such thing as 3 unique digits that, or 3 unique integers that sum to 5, at least between 1 and 9. So this is a 7 or an 8, and somewhere down here there are digits summing to 5. Now, in order for this to be a 13, if this was 319 would work. I think this has to be 319, doesn't it? This has to be 319 because a 1 doesn't work. If I did 2, I'd need to follow it up with 11. If I do 3, then this has to be 319. If I do 3, then I need another 10, but I've already got 9. So 319. If I did 4, I'm going to blow the total because 4 and 9 is already 13. And what are those going to be? This is 319. That is a very nice clue. That is a very, very nice clue. Yep. It is a very, very common problem. So 7 can't be in 1, so this is a 2, because 7 can't be in 1 because 1 is 1. We've proved that up here. And 7 in 3 would be a problem because that's an 8. So this is 2, 5. 42, I need digits that are not included in the sum that make 3. Now, there are 2 ways that you could do that. It could be an individual 3 or 2 cells summing to 3 if they were 1 and 2, but they can't be 1 and 2. So this is an 8 and this is a 3. Row 9, column 1 is a gimme. I just hadn't seen it yet. I mean, it's not as, and I keep saying this, it's not as if I'd missed it. It's just that I'd been busy doing other things. Now, this can't be a 1. It can't be 2, 8 anymore. And I can't do 9 in 4. So this is a gimme, being 3. I've got 4 already, so this is a 5. This is a really well-designed X-sums gas. Like, stunning. This has to be 2 or 4 now. Because I can't, the maximum you could do is 10 in 4. I can't do 10 in 5 because the minimum 10 in 5 could be is 15. And I know everyone in chat is almost certainly fully understanding of these concepts. But I'm just used to explaining this. Even when I'm solving, I've recently been solving Akash Dulani's new killer book. And the puzzles in that are, I would say, start at gas level, coffee break and lunch break difficulty, most of them. And I've been working through those. And even when I'm not recording, I'm just sitting here solving. I still explain it like this. I don't know why. Probably because that's how I solve now. But yeah, this can't be 5 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be 15. So this is 2 or 4. If this is 4, this would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can't put 1 in any of it. So that's 2, that's 8, which does mean 8 is down here, but hang on, this is 3 and 2. This has to be a 4. Sorry, that was an absolute gimme, which I forgot to put in. Why can't the 9 be 2, 7? Where this one? Did I miss that? Okay, let me go back. Okay, so this was 2 or 3. You are correct. Why did I say it couldn't be? Yeah, so if this is 2, this is 7, and if it's 3, they'd be 4 and this is 5. But that's not necessarily the case here. Oh, hang on, no, it is. But this 10 clue now has more options. I got that completely wrong. This 11 clue, however, is forced. Because I can't do 11 in 4, because if I did, these 3 cells would have to sum to 4, and I'd hit the 11 already. So it has to be 1, 2, or 3, and it can't be that. So this is a 2, which means this is a 9, which means 9 is in one of those 2. So this can only be 2 or 4. It can't be 4, so it's 2, which means this is the 8, which means this is the 3, and this is now the 5. Right, yes, thank you. Jobo, thank you. I really do appreciate it. Is that euros? Sorry, I did not put my eye drops in this morning, and it's really I'm feeling the negative effects of that. Um, this still could be a 5 clue on its own, but it can't be 1 4. Right, this clue is known. Woohoo! I have euros. I like my euros. When I went to Germany in 2019, I had 20 euros left over, and I think they're still sitting in my wallet as a souvenir. In order for this to be a 40 clue, I need cells down here something to 5 left over. Now, if I was to do 5 in 2, it would have to be 1 4 or 2 3, neither of which is possible anymore. So this is an 8 and this is a 5. Um, One is in one of these two now, but this is a 26. I should look at this 26 clue, but I think this 8 clue might be more useful because if I was to do 8 in, I can't do it in 1. So it's 2 or 3 because you can't do 8 in 4 and it's not 3. So this is a 2, which means this is a 6. This 8 is the same, but this has to be 8 in 3. Because it has to be 1, 2, or 3 by math, because 4 is at least 10, and with a 6 in it, these would have to sum to 2, and that's not going to work, especially if I put a 4 at the start. But I can't use 1 or 2, so this is 3, which means these have to sum to 5, and they're not 2, 3. So these are 1, 4, and the 1 gives me that as a 4, and that is a 1. Have a good one, Ratfinks. And I think I've done everything except this 16 and this 26, which are, of course, the most complex of them all. But this has to be at least 4 now. Actually, it has to be 4 because I can't use 1, 2, 3, 5, or 6. So it's 4, 7, or 9. Now, if it was 9, it's a 45 clue. If it's 7, it's a minimum of a 28 clue because 1 through 7 is 28. So this is a 4 clue. I've got 10. These have to sum to 6 and I can't use 2, 4. So these are 1 and 5. That's really beautiful gas design, by the way. This is really nice. So this is 3, 4, can't be 5, it can be 7. But if it's 7, then it's all of those, and there's 45, it'd be 38. So it's not 7, so it's 3 or 4. If it's 3, then this would be 12, and that'd have to be a 14. So this is a 4. This is really nice. This sums to 12, so these need to sum to 14, and I'm broken. I've broken it. No, they're 13. What am I talking about? These are not 12, they're 13. These need to sum to 13, which are 6 and 7. The 7 makes this a 6 and this a 7. Never rely on BremSter for mathematics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 7 and 8. Wow. Okay, so this is a 2 by Sudoku. These are 6 and 8, and there's an 8 here, so this is a 6 and this is an 8. I, I've had it reminds me of when people leave comments on the channel along the lines of, how could a Sudoku expert do this? It's like, please make a clip of somewhere on my channel where I've ever professed to be a Sudoku expert where it wasn't massively sarcastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 6 and 9. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. There's a 3 and a 4 there, so that's the 7. 3, 4 is resolved by the 3 in column 1. These are 2, 6, and 9. That's not really floating my boat. This box, I really should have pencil marked this at the start, shouldn't I? Because that's a 1. These are 2, 8, and 9. There's a 2, 8 there, so that's the 9. The 2 makes that the 8 and that the 2. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 9. There's a 5 and an 8 in that column. That's the 9. I have to go get new glasses in a couple of hours, so this stream will not be super long. 5 is now there by Sudoku. 1 is in one of those two. Oh, this is a 1, 3 pair. because 1 and 3 are already in this column, so those are not the 1 and the 3. The 3 looks down, making that the 1 and that the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and 7, and there's a 4 right there. Sort of hidden. It's obfuscated, not invisible. The 2 looks back, making that the 9, so that's not the 9. That makes this the 6 and this the 9. The 6 looks back up, making this the 2. These are pairs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. I'll use the 5 to make that the 8 and that the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I've also had people ask me recently why I don't use the conflict checker or anything like that. I don't enjoy solving with them. I've tried and I don't enjoy it, so I don't do it. It might be a faster experience, but I don't enjoy it. And the whole point about the channel is for me both to present puzzles and have fun. If I didn't have fun doing it, I'd stop. This is known. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is known. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are 1, 4, and 9. The 1 goes in the middle. I should have seen that faster. And the 4, 9, not sure yet. These are 1, 2, 3, and 5, which are absolutely resolved. They're not digit enhancing, unfortunately. I don't imagine they're going to help with that. They are replacement for broken glasses, my outdoor glasses. 4, 6, and 9. This is 4, 6. This is 6, 7, and 9. So 9 is in those. Oh, there's no 6, 7 there. That's the 9. There's a 2 right there. 4, 6, 7. What am I missing? Oh, how did I miss that for so long? Didn't I do that earlier? Right, 3, 2, I need another 4. Wow. Thank you. There's no. Well, that makes this the 6, this the 7, this the 4. This is the 6, this is the 7, this is the 6. There's no 6 in here. The 4 makes that the 9 and that the 4. Wow, thank you. Thanks, Rafi. Or Olimar, or Sotek, or... Don't I have egg on my face? Actually, I possibly do. I had quiche for breakfast. Okay. Yippee-ki-yay, y'all. If this was my other channel, I would absolutely swear. Okay. So, normal Sudoku rules applied. Within cages, digits cannot repeat and must increase from left to right and top to bottom. Okay, surely that means all of those must be 1. Because if digits have to increase this way, this way, this way, this way, this digit must be higher than 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 this. The lowest digit must go here. And if I put the highest digit anywhere here, what's going to be here? So these are all 9. But while I can say one of those is 2, I don't know which. Similar with these. Now, in this box, I can pencil mark 2. 3 is in one of those. And it's not there. So 3 is in one of those 2. That's a 2. 2 is in one of those. I should be looking at more Sudoku, I think. Like, that's a 9. That 2 means that's not a 2. That is a 2. 3 is in one of those, but it's not there. So 3 is in one of those 2, which means that's not the 3 and that's the 3, which doesn't preclude any of those being... Hang on, now I'm broken. I've broken it. No. Yeah, I've broken this. This must be a 2-3 pair. No, I could put three. I can't put three there, though. Three's not possible there. Three's not possible there. Three has to be here, but that's broken here. I did something wrong. Three cannot be there. So this is the three, which means this has to be the two. But I did something up here. Like two has to be in one of those two. Two is here. And now three can't be placed in this box at all. Oh, right. So we've got threes in any of those. Right. Right. Okay, so let me figure this out again from scratch. Two has to be in one of those. Two is there. So now three is in one of those. It's not, but this is the same. Three is in one of those, but it's not there. So three is in one of those two, which means three is not in any of those. So three has to be there. This is now two. This is, wow, I'm really not doing well today. Three is in one of those two. Two is not there now, so two is there. Two is not there, so two is there. Two is there by Sudoku. Two is in one of those two, but I can't repeat it in the cage, which means two is there, which means two is now here, and that's all the twos. Have I done all the ones? I haven't. That's a one. That's a one. And that's a one. Now, I probably want to finish the threes. Three in this box. Well, in this one, it's in one of those two, which means that's a three. Three is in one of those. So three is in one of those. It has to be under the one. So three is not in those. Three is in one of those two. And right, this is now the three because I can't put three there and I can't put three there. That's three in the column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7 go in those. There's no 7 there. Yeah, 3 can. Yeah, I learned that up here. So 3 is in one of those, but it's not there. And it's not there. This is the 3. These are 4, 6, and 8. There's no 6 there. That can't be 4. There's nothing lower than it. That's an 8. That couldn't be 7 because there'd be nothing here. That's not 7. That's not 4. The 4, 6 makes that 7. I think I need to start thinking about these as tiny little thermos. I'm sorry I'm not engaging with chat as much as I should be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 6, and 8. Well, that can never be 8 and that can never be 4. Five in this cage can only go there. And these are 4, 6, 8, but I can never put 8 there. So this is the 8. This is now a 4, 6, 8 triple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are 5 and 9. So this is 5, this is 9. 5 must go, no, that's okay. But there's a 7 in one of those two. What is this triple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? And there's no 4, there's no 7 there. So this is the 7, this is a 4, 6. Which means that is the 8. This is wrecking my brain a little. These have to be in order now. So these are 4 and 8. This is completely wrecking with my brain. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7. There's no 5 there. And it's not 7 because it can't go up to 4. That's the 3. Actually, I've broken it again because I put 3, 5, 7 in and that's completely wrong. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 7, and 9. But still, this is the 3. I take the 3 out of there. The 9 makes that the 7 and that the 9. You've got to get this stuff right if you want to solve Sudoku. 3, 4, 6. There's no 3 there, so that's the 3. And the 4 that's already in the cage makes that the 6. This has to be 7 because I have to go from 6 and the 8's not available, and that puts a 5 in the middle. The 6 makes that the 4 and that the 6, which means that's the 4 and that's the 8. And I probably could have done something there earlier. That's a 6. These are 6 and 7. And if that was a 7, this would have to be higher than 7, and I don't have it. That's the 6, that's the 7. That's the 7. The 6 makes that the 4, and again I've got a 5 in the middle. The 4 makes that the 6. This is 7 or 8. These are 4 and 8. But this is just a 4. So that's the 8 and that's the 4. This is the 7. The 8 now has to go right next to the 9. This is 4 and 5. Which is okay by the square, except that 4, oh, crikey. Invisible digit. What is it with invisible digits? 6. These are 3 and 8. So 8 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. That one was really cool. I like that one. I love these concepts that by almost inherently make easier puzzles, but they're still good puzzles. And the last one is Zone Sudoku. I've heard of Zone Sudoku before, I think. Normal Sudoku rules apply. The small digits indicated in the top left corner of each cage must appear somewhere within that cage. Okay, so this I had something like this that I said about 2.5 years ago, and I think I called it something different. Digits may repeat in a cage as long as they follow normal Sudoku rules. So, for example, we know this is a 2, 3, 6, 7 cage, and we can't put 2 in any of those cells by Sudoku. So that's a 2. That's not a 3, so there's a 3 in one of those two, which puts 3 up here, but I can't put the 3 in this cage because this is 1, 4, 5, 8, so 3 is in here. I can't put 4 in any of those. That's the 4. I can't put 1 there. There's a 1 in one of those two. Can't put 8 there. So this is a 1, 8 pair, and this is a 5. This is 3, 4, 7, 8. I can't put 3 in any of those. Can't put 4 there. 4 is down here. So this is 7 or 8. Hey, John. I'm sorry if I have failed to say hello to some people. So 9 has to go in this cage, but it can't go in any of those cells. 1 can't go there, so 1 is in one of those two, which means that's the 8 and that's the 1. I like that, by the way. That cage forcing that is very, very nice and elegant. And which puts 1 up here. 1 is in one of those two. Similarly, 8 can't go in any of those, so that's the 8. 4 is not there, so 4 is up here. Three is not in those. This is a 3-4 pair, because 3 is in here for this cage. I need to change this. So there's my 3, 4, 8. This is 1, 2, 5, 6. I can't put 1 in any of those. Can't put 2 there, so 2 is in there. Can't put 5 there, so this is a 2, 5 pair, and this is a 6, which makes that a 7, which makes that an 8, and I can stick a 9 in the middle of the grid. This now is 4, 7. So these, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are 6 and 8, and the 6 in the corner makes that the 8, and that the 6. 5 can't go in any of those. It's the same logic over and over, but I love it when tricks are used that way. 1 can't go in any of those, so the 1 is here, which means that's not the 1 and that's the 1. 2 can't go in any of those. That's a 1, 2 pair. The 3, 4 looks down, taking 3 out of there, putting 3 there. Oh, the 7 means that's the 6. The 2 looks down, making that the 1 and that the 2. I've got my 1, 2, 5. Now, 6 can't go in any of those, so that's the 6. Can't put 4 or 5 in those, so that's a 4, 5 pair, which means that's the 2, that's the 5, that's the 3, that's the 4. The 4 makes that the 5 and that the 4. Still need to put a 7, which has to go right here, which makes that the 4 and that the 7. And that's pretty much all of the cages done. I'm now down to Sudoku. What? Oh, okay. So I need to restart the whole puzzle. This was before the trend, I think, where... Because I don't know where I use that logic. Okay, so those were and twos being forced out and they had to go somewhere. The 4 cell cages digits can't repeat. Those were digits being forced out. That was all fine. That's all fine. I'm good up to there, I'm sure. That has to be right up till there. Because that was all done just using eliminations of digits that had to be placed in cages that couldn't. Okay, so this is a 1 by Sudoku. These are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 8, and 9. There is no 2 here. So this is the 2. This is an 8, 9. This row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. Hey, David. I've probably missed... Hey, Carl. Sorry, discombobulated again. This is a 1-4 pair by Sudoku, because 1 and 4 have to go in this row, but they can't go in this box. So this is a 1-4 pair. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 5 and 6, which means that's the 7 and that's the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 7 and 9, which means these are 2 and 3, which is known because of the 3 that's provided in the corner. This column, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 3 again in the corner provides those. This row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. The 7 makes that the 9, which makes that the 7, which makes that the 9, which makes that the 7. This box maybe 1, 2, oh, actually this column, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 7 and 9, which means These are 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I've got multiple digits that will resolve those. Is this better, Olimar? Because, yeah, you were right, and I completely... Are digits repeating in cages? I don't think they are. It's just a very weird thing to... I wish the hay fever season would end. 3 is in... Oh, 3 is right here in this box by Sudoku. Can't go in those columns, can't go in that row, can't go in that row. 1, 2, 3, 4 is not there. 1, 2, 5, and 9. Well, 5 is there, so these are 1, 2, and 9. There's no 1, 2 there. That's the 9. This is a 1, 2 pair. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 7. The 2 looks up making that the 1 and that the 2. The 1 looks down making that the 4 and that the 1. That will help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9 again down here. The 6 makes that the 9 and that the 6. The 9 makes that the 8 and that the 9. These are 4 and 8, and I'll use the 8 for 4 and 8. This row is now just missing a 6, which makes that the 5 and that the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. I've got a 4. Whoa, 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 whoa. 4, and that's a 3. No, wait, what? No, I've got a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 5. This column is missing 1 and 8. We'll use the 1 to make that 8 and 1. Hang on. Oh, that 9 has been there for ages. And these are 2 and 7. And I'll use the 7 to make that 2 and that 7. Wow. Okay. Thanks, Olimar. I almost got that wrong. Yeah, there are several problems with coming to the US. I mean, there's reasons why I want to. No one there will pay me money is one of the big reasons. I mean, Google, you would think, but Google pays me out of Ireland. Okay, Sudoku X. Okay. This one is by Jovial, which is awesome. Okay. So this is normal Sudoku rules with an extra bonus. So no digits can repeat in any box, row, column, or on the indicated diagonals. I do not work for Google. I am not smart enough to work for Google. Google just pays me because I run a YouTube channel that has money behind it. Google don't pay me a lot. Okay. So 6 in this box cannot go on the diagonal because of that 6. So 6 is in one of those two. 7 in this box is right there though, because that 7 knocks it out of there, that 7 knocks it out of there. So this becomes a 6 and this becomes an 8-9 pair. There's probably more I can do here, but I'll get there. 1 in this box is in one of those two. 2 is on this diagonal in this box. So I need to put a 3, not sure. 6 is in one of those two. 9 is in one of those two. None of that's floating my boat. These two digits, I think, might be like 6 and 8. Actually, no. These are 3 and 9. Yeah. Um, These look suspiciously either helpful or unhelpful, and I'm not sure which it is. 3, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Probably un. Um, I expect it's these quads, and I'm not sure how to use them. Like, I know 8 and 9 are off the. So these contain 1, 6, 8, and 9. 1 is not in those. No. 9 is not in those. So 9 is in there. No? Like, this is a quintuple. What? Hang on. No, I've got 1 on the diagonal. So 1 is. No. I'd received a warning at one point. Oh, this 8 looking up, making this 9 and this 8. Which means this isn't the 9, this is the 9, this is the 6, this is the 1, this is a 3. Okay, that'll do it. This is now a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. And this is 1, 3, 4. And that's not a 4. Yeah, that was an incredibly powerful 8. It was just hidden amongst all the other digits. 4 is in one of those two. Now, hang on. This has to be a 5, 6 pair, doesn't it? Because where am I putting 5, 6 in this box? It's not in any of those, and I can't put 5, 6 on the diagonal. So this is a 5, 6 pair, which means that's a 4, and this is a 1. So now I know what these are. They're 1... Well, hang on, I messed up. Why did I put 2 on the diagonal? One, two, three, 4, 5. These are 7, 8, and 9, and they're not 8 or 9. There's a 7 there. What the heck is wrong with me? The 6 looks down, making that 5 and that 6. These are 2, 3, 4, 5. Whereas 4 are on the diagonal. It's not in those two and it's not there. So that's 4. These are 2, 3, and 5. That's not 5. That's not 3. That's not 3 either. That's 2. So that's 5 and that's 3. The 9 looks down, making that 8 and that 9, which makes that 3 and that 9. The 7 looks up, making that 6 and that 7. The 4 looks up, meaning that's a 1, 3 pair, so that's a 4. The 8 looks up, taking 8 out of there. 3 means that's 1, that's 3, which looks down, making that 5 and that 3. The 5 looks up, making that 2, taking 2 out of those. The 8 looks over, making that 6 and that 8. This is just beautifully designed. I mean, it's a jovial puzzle. One, two, three, 4, 5. Thank you, David. 3 is not in any of those. I never know what to say when I get donations. I mean, thank you seems trite, but appropriate. 1, 2, and 9. There's no 1 there. There's no 9 there. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, and 7, and I've got a 3. It seems appropriate, but it also seems shallow. I don't know. Thank you. 6, 7, and 8. There's an 8 there. There's 7 in both of those, so that's the 7. The 6 looks down, making that the 8 and that the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, and 9. 2, 9 looks down, making that the 1. I mean, I'm still terrified this stream is going to go away with all the reports I've been getting on my gas streams in the last few hours. This is a 6. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no one or two there. That's the five. So this is a 1 2 pair. The one makes this the two and this the one, which makes this the nine. This is not the nine. The one makes this the two and this the one. John, wow. Sorry. Thank you. Eight makes this six and this eight. Thank you. 5 7. I shouldn't be this emotional, but 2 and 4. I'll use this 8 up here to make this the 5 and this the 8, and I'll use this 2 to make this 4 and this 2. And that was a really nice diagonal Sudoku. I love diagonal Sudoku. Diagonal, I mean, killer is the constraint that I use the most, and I find the logic the most elegant. Pardon me for the burp. But diagonal and quadruples are probably the constraints that I really enjoy playing with the most. Although I've been having a lot of fun exploring 3 cell 15 cages. There's a lot of stuff going on with 3 cell 15 cages. Okay, gamma and epsilon Sudoku. John, I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much. Um, I do my best. I've been frantically recording because pretty much starting today, I'm either on leave or preparing to be on holidays for a couple of weeks. So I've got like a couple of more videos to edit, and then I'm gone. I've got the content pretty much ready up until almost mid-December. So there's a whole bunch of stuff, which is it may not be reacting to stuff. That's just the way it is. I've recorded a whole bunch of puzzles in advance. Um, anyway, so thank you, everyone. I try and do what I can just to be me. As I said, I do this for fun. Sometimes it's not fun, and I've been doing it a lot this year as a form of mental health. When grieving and struggling, it was a case of here is something that I should be doing. Here is something I should do rather than just sit in bed and cry. I'm not too manly enough to say that things don't go well. So um, it was very it was useful to have that drive and the support of the community. If Sven hadn't implemented the solution counter, because I don't give much of a damn about views or anything like that, but seeing just how much solve time a video of mine generates on a puzzle, that motivated me more than anything else. People engaging with the puzzles. That's the magic. Anyway, Gamma and Epsilon Sudoku by Teganis. So, normal Sudoku rules apply, yada, yada, yada. Cells separated by a black dot are in a ratio of 1 to 3. Cells separated by a white dot have a difference of 5. Not all dots are necessarily given. So, the only thing 5 away from 9 is 14. Sorry, I'll put the 4 in. The only thing 5 away from 8 is 3. The only thing 5 away from 2 is 7. Now, in a 3 ratio, I have to use 1, 3, 9 if I've got 3 of them in a row. Because 1 can go to 3, 3 can go to 9, 2 would go to 6, 3 would go to 9. I can't use 4 because 4 jumps to 12. So this has to be 1, 3, 9 with a 3 in the middle, and 3 is a 5 different from 8. Now, 5 different from 1 or 9. Well, 5 different from 1 is 6. So these are a 4, 6 pair. This feels correct. 5 different from 1 is 6. These, now, 3 is on one of them. And the other one has to be 2, 6. Because then I end up with... So I've got 1, 3, 9 on one of them and 2, 6 on the other. So these are from 13926, and one of them must contain 26, and it's not that one. So that one's got a 3 on it with a 1 or a 9. And that one is 2, 6. This feels right so far. Does that put a limitation on this? Well, 1, 6 isn't possible. 2 something is not possible. 3, 8 is not possible. So this is 4, 9. And I know the order. That's 4 and that's 9. Actually, that's incredibly restricted. I have to use a low digit on a 5 difference. Of course, it's like a German whisper dot, except it's even more constrained. So there's a 1 or a 4 on this. This is either 1, 6 or 4, 9, because I have to use a low digit. And this is what, no, this isn't the same. I could use, no, I can't use 2, 8. Wait, hang on, 2, 7. I can't use 2, 7. So this is 1, 4, 6, 9. It's 2, 7. What is wrong with me? So this can't be 3, 9. So this is 1, 3 in this order, in this order, or 2, 6 in this order. This can't be 2, 6. There must be a 3 on this dot, and it's there. So that's the 3. This is a 1 or a 9, and it's a 9. So this is not 4, 9. This is 1, 6. This is not 1, 6. The 3 makes this the 2, which makes that the 6. Is my stream still running? Everyone's been very quiet, and as I said, I'm terrified that the stream is being shut down. Cool. I'm just terrified after all the reports that came in. What are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7? Well, there's no 4 there. No, I'm looking in the wrong place, aren't I? Nine is in one of those two. I'm digging in the wrong place. Well, there's no 9 on this. 1, 3 looks down, making that the 9. 9 is 5 different from 4, which means this is 1, which is 5 different from 6, which means this is the 1 and this is the 6. The 4 looks up, making that the 9 and that the 4. That's all of the dots done, hopefully correctly. I wish I knew who was reporting my streams, but it's, yeah. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. There's a 4, 5 already in that row, so those are not those. And okay, this triple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a 3 here. There's a 2 here. 2, 7 pair. Maybe there's no 3 here. Because I don't know who did it. I just get an email from Google saying that my video has been reported. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, there's no 1 there. There's no 6 there. There's no 1 there. That's a 5, 6 pair. That's your 1. Oh, and there's a 6 there. That's the 5. That's the 6. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Well, the 2, 7, is this correct? Yes, the 3's looking up. That's the 3. Something missing from this column. 5? 5 is in one of those two? Yeah, I think 5 is in one of those two. This triple maybe? 3, 7, and 8. The way I've trained myself, so yeah, the 7, 8 looks over, is I look for the places where I've got the most constraint and I go from there. And it may not be the most efficient way to solve, but it's the way I've kind of taught myself. Like this 1 made this 3 and this 1 so long ago. Like, will someone please shave that 1 because I ignored it for so long? It needs a shave. I need a shave. Um, where is 2 in this row? It's in one of those two. 3 in box 1 is placed now. Yes, it is. 3, 3 is not in any of those, and that is a hidden 3. So that's a 3. That's a very, very nice one. How am I going on 3s? In fact, I can place 3 in box 9 as well, because 3, 3, not in those. That 3 says not there, so that's a 3. And I think that is all of the 3s. So this is a quadruple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 5, 6, 9. There's no 9 there. There's no 5 in either of those. There's no 6 or 9 there. There's no 1 there. That's your 5. There's your 5. These are 2, 7, and 8. So that's 2, 7, and that's 2, 8. 9. 6 in row 7 already. Oh. You know, it was easier to scan when these digits were bright pink. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out the Barbie Sudoku series. The 2 makes this a 7. I really enjoyed the Barbie Sudoku series, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8 go into those. So which makes that the 2, that the 7, that the 8, and that the 7. I really enjoyed that series. That may have been a silly gimmick, but it was a lot of fun. 1, that's the 5, that's the 9, and that's the 1, because I already had a 1 and a 9 in the column. The 5 looks up making that the 4, which makes that the 5. This column, 1, 2, and I would like to thank every single member of the Sudoku community who came together, people who record puzzles, who came together to do a Hi Barbie at the start of that. I really do appreciate it. I wanted to showcase that it's not just one channel. It's not just me, and I wanted to surface all of the other people who do amazing work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 7, and 8. There's no 1 in either of those, so there's your 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 5, 6. Well, the 2 and the 5 in the row mean that's the 6. And sure, but these are now known. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 4, and 9. And I'll use that 9, of course, to make that 4 and that 9. I could have used the 9 to resolve the pencil marks, but I didn't. It took a lot of work to put together that, what was it, a 40-second intro of everyone saying hi Barbie? The wrangling on that was probably 5 weeks. 5, 7, and 8 go into those. There's no 5 or 7 there. There's your 8. That's a 5, 7. Wait a minute. There's got to be something. Oh, this 6 makes this 2 and this 6. The 2 makes this 5, which makes this 2. The 5 looks back making that 7 and that 5, and the 7 looks across making that 8 and that 7. I was worried for a minute. The 7 looks up making that 8 and that 7. The 2 looks down making that 4 and that 2. The 4 looks down making that 8 and that 4. And now I'm down to a single box, so I can stop right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That can't be an 8, so that's the 9, and I'll stick the 8 in there. The 2 videos coming out basically so close to each other, being I had a few major wins that month. Having Jason Arrow, who is the person who has played Alexander Hamilton, as far as I can tell, more than anyone else on stage. I could be wrong about that, but he has been playing it continuously now for 4 years. Having him do the intro for the series, or for the final video of the series, that was absolutely amazing. And I didn't pay for that. Like, he will do short videos for people if you pay him enough money and stuff, because he's a celebrity, and celebrities do that sort of stuff. Nope, he knew about the series and he wanted to do it. The other one was the Hi Barbie series. Those happening at the same time was just yeah, that was a highlight of the channel. I had people saying, "Oh my God, you're going to go viral." It's like neither of those are going to cause my channel to go viral. That's not the way it works. My channel is not going to go viral. I used to get about 500 subscribers per 100 videos, but that's dropped now. I'm getting about 300 subscribers per 100 videos. Anyway, John, thank you so much. I'll tell you what, send me a. Well, it's my birthday and anniversary next week, and my wife's birthday, and we're going away for that. So if you want to send me a private message or something about something you want me to spend the money on, we will. If you don't send me that message, it's going on cocktails. We will have a drink on you. Okay. Kropke Pears by Freddie Hand. Thank you, John. I really do appreciate it. And happy Christmas to you as well. Wow. Okay. I need to keep doing the Sudoku. It's why I'm here, but I am absolutely floored. Okay, normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits in cells separated by a white dot must be consecutive, have a difference of 1. Cells in digits separated by a black dot must have a ratio of 2 to 1. One is double the other. It doesn't say that. It mentions consecutive as difference of 1. It doesn't mention 2 to 1 is one double the other, but we all know that. No negative constraint. Other pairs of digits may also be consecutive or have a 2 to 1 ratio. I've been doing a thing recently where I've been trying to get together the common rule sets and try and structure the wording. I am very supportive of the fact that people are starting to say 2 to 1 rather than 1 to 2. Historically, I've been saying 1 to 2. I would love to switch it to 2 to 1, and I'm going to in my default rules. And I'm going to try and put together a video where I go through rules in detail. It's going to be a big project, so it's probably going to take a while, and explain why different setters may use different versions of the wording and all of that sort of stuff. I have no idea how much value it will be, but I'm hoping for new solvers it will be useful. But coming up with that consistent wording is a project that I'm trying to get a bit more help with. And so that I cover all the bases that people want. I don't want to have people turn around and say, well, this is dumb because blah after the fact. But 2 to 1 is the international standard for how you express ratios. 1 to 2 is the American standard for how you express it. So I'm really glad that people are using 2 to 1 now. Anyway, let's have a look. So this, yeah, Kropke pairs. This is a run of 3 digits. The only way on a black dot, you must have a low digit and an even digit. 1 doubles to 2, 2 doubles to 4, 3 doubles to 6, 4 doubles to 8, 5 doubling to 10 is a problem. Of those, 3 doubling to 6 can only pair with each other. So 1, 2, 4, 8 is the only thing you can use in a run of 3. The middle, therefore, must be 2, 4, and the outsides must be 1, 2, 4, 8. I've got the same down here. This is also a 2, 4. So I've got a 2, 4 pair in the column. These must be 1, 2, 4, 8. Now I can never put a 1 in those because a 1 here would need a 2 on both sides. And I can't put an 8 because an 8 would need a 4 on both sides. So these are not 1 or 8. So I get 2, 4. This is not 2, 4. This is 1 or 8. This is 1 or 8. So this is going 1. And these must be different. This is actually the 8. So it goes because of the 1, which I didn't see. So this is 8, 4, 2, meaning this is 2, 4, which means this is 1. The 4 now can't go back down to the 2, so this is the 8, and the 2 can't go back up to the 4, so this is a 1. I I wasn't sure, so I did a whole bunch of Googling in mathematics forums. I've got access to a whole bunch of, because I work at a university for people who are curious, I've got access to a whole bunch of published papers on international standards and publication standards for publishing university papers and all of that sort of stuff. So I reached out to one of our STEM lecturers and got the links for international publication standards for mathematical stuff. And it was a paper that was published in England back in about 2004. And in there was something about the standardization notation for, I don't remember it, and it's not something I can share because it was I think it was from Oxford, and it was not a free publication, but I have access to it because I work at a university. And there was a thing about the American standard for ratios is low high, and the international standard, so Europe, UK, Australia, Asia, Soviet states, and everything, is high low. I don't know. I'm going by the experts. Anyway, 1 to 2 is the only thing that's possible. 5 must be consecutive with 4 or 6. I don't get. A ratio dot must have a low digit on it. 1, 2, and 4 are gone, so this must have a 3 on it, so it becomes 3, 6. This must be a run of 3 digits, and it can't be 1, 2. Well, it must be a run of 3 digits. 1, 2, 3 not possible. 2, 3, 4 not possible. 3, 4, 5 not possible. 4, 5, 6 not possible. 5, 6, 7 is possible, but once I hit 6, 7, 8, I'm broken again. So this is 5, 6, and 7. Oh, I'm not saying it makes sense at all. Please, I don't expect anything in the world to make sense. Things stopped making sense in the world about 150 years before I was born. This is 3 or 6 for row logic. In column 5, where's 7? This is a good point. So I am not putting 7 because you can never put a high odd digit on a black dot. So 7 is the odd digit on this. And it's either 7. So this is 6, 7, or 8. So now the question is, where's 3? So yes, this is a 3, 6 dot. Because if this was a 4, yeah, the question now is, where's 3? That is the important question, because I can't put 3 consecutive with 5. I can't put 3 consecutive with 7. So 3 goes on this, which takes the 6, which takes 6 out of there. This becomes 7, 8. It also takes 6 out of there, making that 4. That's a that's a great way of explaining it, Sotec. When you're giving hints and trying to explain logic like that, that sort of staged explanation, absolutely beautiful. Doesn't mean I know what to do with it. So this has to be the 6 in the middle of the run. I was getting to that. I just hadn't yet. So this now can't be 6. So this goes 6, 5, 4 or 6, 7, 8. So this is 4 or 8, and it's not 8. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7. The 6 makes that. Whoa. I'm going to get rid of that because that was completely wrong. The 6 in this run made this the 3 and this the 6. And this now has to be the leftover digit, which is the 9. I did that completely wrong. And Oliver was right, and I missed it when he said it. Yeah, I denied row 2. It's like deboning, but less logical. So this also needs to be a run, and it's from 6, 7, 8, 9. But I can't put as... If this was 6... no, I'm not sure. So what I do know is if this is 6, 7... This is 7 or 8. Where's 3 in this row? 3 has to be there. I can't put 3 on this run. So this is a 3, and this is a 2 or a 4, and it's a 2 because it can't be a 4. So these digits are 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I can't put 9 there because then both of those would have to be an 8. I can't put 8... there's no 7 there. I can't put 6 or 8 there. This is odd. So there are 2 even digits on this run. So because there must be 2 even digits on this run, if this was even, these would both be odd, and I'd have odd, 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 and odd, and I've got a problem. So this is the odd digit. This is a 6 or an 8. This is a 6 or an 8. 7, 6, 5 or 7, 8, 9, but it can't be 5. So this is the 9, this is the 8, this is the 6. The 7 made this the 9. Where can 8 go in? This has been a 6 forever, by the way, which of course makes this the 8. So because this is a 3, this is a 6. That was given at the beginning. 7 needed to be consecutive with 6 or 8. I didn't miss it. I was just exploring other stuff. This can't be 3, 6. It can't be 4, 8. So it's got a 2 on it, and the 2 isn't there. That's the 2. This is a 1 or a 4, and it's not a 4. So this is a 1. These better be consecutive. Fortunately, 4 and 5 are. So that's the 5, and that's the 4. There's no 4 on this. So this can't be 2, 4 or 4, 8, and it can't be 3, 6. So this is a 1, 2. And the 2 here means it's the 1, and that's the 2. The 8 looks back, making that the 7, and that the 8. There's all sorts of stuff that you can do with crop key dot. This is a great crop key pairs puzzle, by the way. Like, I'm really loving this. A good crop key pairs puzzle is ridiculously hard to do. So props to Freddie Hand for this one. 3, 8, and 9, except there's an 8 and a 9 already in this row. There's already an 8 in the column as well. So 9 and 8. There must be an even digit on this. It's 4 or 6. 4, 5 is possible. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know that that's the place I want to be looking yet. This triple, 1, 5, and 6. There's no 6 there. This is a 1, 5 pair in the... Ah, that 6 is looking down, so that's the 6. Oh, the 5 is looking down. That's the 1. That's the 5. That's the 1. Cannot be 4. This cannot be 4. Ah, it cannot be 4. So I can't, there must be an even digit on it. 4 is seen by both cells because of those. Thank you very much. And it can't be 2 or 8 because of the column. So there is a 6 on this. This is 5, 6, or 7. There's no 7 at the top. That was really cool. And thinking about things, when you're doing crop key, thinking about things from parity, I find is always really useful. So 1, 2, 3, I've got to put a 4 in one of those two, and it's not there. That is a 4. And this is 5, 6, or 7. Which means 3 is in one of those two. And 3 is in one of those two. 6 in box 4 is placed. 6 in box 4 is placed. 6 can't be in row 4. Right. 6 is right. If 6 is here, this is a 3. This is a 5 and this is a 6. If 6 is here, this is a 3, but I have to put 6 in one of these too. Yeah, basically, because 6 has to appear on here and 6 has to appear on here, that's all of the 6s for the rows taken up. So now, where 6 cannot be in any of those cells or those cells. That would break everything. So because of that, 6 is not in those. That 6 sees that cell, that 6 sees that cell. This is a 6, this is a 3. This is not a 6. Because 6 has to be in one of those two and in one of those two. I'm going to take the 6. Well, that's now correct. Yes. That is called an X-wing. Which means that you always want to select your 5s and mark them red. I know it's called an X-wing, but I do keep coming back to try and explain things for... I know my audience here knows all of the Sudoku elements and everything, but I never know who's going to watch this stream later. Actually, I do. My mother will, and she always struggles with some of these concepts. There's no 1 here. There's no 2 here. I keep wanting to look at these triples. 5, 7, and 9. There's no 7 there. There's no 9 there. So this is just a 9, because 9 has to be in one of those two. So where is 9 in this box? It's not there. It's not there. Sorry, it's not there, and it's not on any of these dots. So that's your 9. So this is a pair now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which, right, this row needs 3, 5, 6, and 7. That's a naked single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. That's a 7. That's a 1. That's a 5. That's a 6. That's a 3. That's a 6. That's not a. That's a 5 or a 7. Which means that's a 3. Which means that's a 5. That's a 9. That's a 7. She probably won't read chat. So I'll pass on the hellos, but she tends to, because of her eyesight and her health issues, she tends to watch Sudoku and everything on a very large screen TV. So she tends not to see chat. I'm going to get rid of the red 5s. Which is why I'm constantly mindful of, hang on, I'd marked, no, I'm going to get rid of that. I think that was a mistake. I'm not sure. Well, it's not that they blur chat. It's just that she's just watching the video. She's not seeing the, hi, Mum. 5 and 9 go into those, but there's a 9 there. So that's the 5. That's the 9. These are 1, 2, 3, and 7, and there's a 7, so 3 and 7. 2, 4, 5. Well, there's no 5 in those, so that's the 5. She agrees more than I do, Rat thinks. 1, 2, 3, and 8, and there's a 3 here. I'm trying to find where I'm missing stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one makes this the 4, and this the 1. The 4 looks back, making that the 2, and that the 4. The 2 looks back, making that the 7, and that the 2. 7 looks back, making that the 5, and that the 7. And in this box, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are 8 and 9, and I'll use that 8 to make that 9 and that 8. And that seems to be a good solution for Kropke pairs by Freddie Hand. A good Kropke pairs puzzle, they're really hard to find. Most people with Kropke pairs, they either tend to use them as a supplement for the main constraint they're using in their puzzle, or they're just overboard. I love a good Kropke pairs puzzle. Kropke pairs XV pairs is a common constraint. I've said a few of those myself, though not for a while. I'm reminded of my puzzle, what did I call it? Battle of Actium, which was a Kropke XV puzzle that I was quite proud of when it came out. Gas Thermo by Eric Fox. So this is obviously when all of the other setters started jumping on board. I was saying something about a warning before. I had been warned that somewhere around late 2022, the difficulty of the gas puzzle started creeping up. And I'm not sure how this is going to work. But anyway, digits along thermometers must increase as you move along the thermometer. So increase from bulb to tip. Okay, that's it. Apart from normal Sudoku rules. Do I want to pencil mark these thermos? I absolutely do. So this is maximum 9, maximum 8, maximum 7, maximum 6, maximum 5, maximum 4, maximum 3. I'm not seeing any conflicts on that. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. That's not 2, so that's not 3. So 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. That all looks okay. They can be 5 focused, but there's nothing inherently wrong with that. So a German whisper. People still said a lot of those. Maximum 9, maximum 8, maximum 7, maximum 6, maximum 5, maximum 4, maximum 3. This one's seeming even less constrained. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. Okay. I'm looking at this the wrong way, aren't I? I'm like, this is quite constrained. Maximum 8, maximum 7, maximum 5, maximum 4. This is just a 2 because it's maximum 3, but it can't be 3 and it can't be 1. So this is 2. This is 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. But this is now a 6, 7, 8 triple. So that's a 5, that's a 4, that's a 3. The 4 makes that a 5, which makes that a 6, that a 7, that an 8, and that a 9. The 7 and the 8 make that a 6. The 6 makes this 5, which makes this 4, 3, and this not 3. This, no. The 2, 3, 4 means that this is a 4. This is not a 2. That was really cool, by the way. I know you think I may be forced to say that by presenting on the internet, and I kind of am. But I tend to say nothing if I don't find something really cool, and I found that really cool. Box 9. Well, if you insist, 8, 7, and 6. I can't put 2 9s in box 9? Well, why is it called box 9 if I can't put all the 9s in it that I want to? That's just misnaming it. Row 1, column 5 is forced. Probably. So this is a triple. So let's mark that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, if this was an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that could work. Probably not. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, that's not a 3. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Great. There's no 8 there. There's no 5 there. That's your 3 and that's your 8. That's really, really, really nice. 4 is in one of those two by Sudoku. So 4 is in one of those two by Sudoku. This is a 4-5 pair actually by Sudoku. So these are 1 and 2. We'll find out together. Pretty easy Sudoku for BremSter tends to mean I'll get there eventually. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 and 9. That's the 9 because of the 1, 2 pair, and that's the 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 go into those. I don't know how famous they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 and 9 go into those. So this quadruple, well, I need to put... 1 seems wide open. 2 is in there. 3 is in there. 4 is in there. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 7. What am I missing? 8 and 9. Okay. Nine is in one of those two. 7 is in one of those two. 8 is in one of those two. Keeping an eye on the time for when I may have to flee. Um, yeah, famous last words. People may remember this puzzle and know that it's not got easy Sudoku at the end, or I don't know. What? Hey, 4 is in one of those two. 5 is in one of those two? Six in box 9. Right, yes, that's a 6. Which puts 6 in one of those two. Yeah, I'd been looking at these because they're quadruples, but I have quite a few quadruples. These are 4, 5, 8, and 9. So that's a 4 or a 5, giving me a 4, 5 pair. Okay. 4, 5, 8. So 9 is in one of those two. Which means that's not a 9. That's kind of a hidden X-wing in a gas puzzle. So I can't put 9 in any of those. Because in this row, 9 has to be in one of those two. So 9's not in any of those. 9's not in any of those. So 9 has to go in one of those. But 9 can't go in any of those. So that's a 9. That, yeah, for a gas puzzle. I mean, as I said, I've been told around the end of 2022 they started assuming that even though you're doing a genuinely approachable Sudoku, you understand more advanced Sudoku techniques. Um, 1, 2, 3, 5. So 5 is in one of those. Well, where's 2 in this row? Two's not there, two's not there, and two's not there. That's your 2. These are 1, 3, and 5. There's no 5 there. Easy Sudokus, Sotek says. Can I blame him now? 4, 5, and 9. There's no 9 there. And because of the 4 pencil mark here, this is a 5. The 4 here makes this the 9 and this the 4, which takes 4 out of there, puts 4 there, which by pencil mark puts 5 there and 9 there. The 4 makes that the 5, which makes that the 4 and that the 5. The 1, 3 pair makes that the 5. I mean, I'm finding stuff. I'm not finding this a bad puzzle. It's just genuinely approachable. 1, 2. So I now have a 1. Because of this column, I've got a 1, 2 pair in the box. So this finally becomes a 3, which puts a 3 in one of those two. These are 1, 2, 3, 6, and 8. Which means, again, okay, by this row, that's an 8, and this is not an 8. Don't need to use an X-wing. I had a row. These are 2, 3, and 6, and there's no 6 there. So this is now a 1, 2, 3 triple. So that's your 4, which I could have done by Sudoku. So these are 1, 3, 7. That's not a 2, but that's just an errant pencil mark that I don't need to have. I mean, I know my scanning is bad, but... Oh, 1, 2, pointing over, making that a 3, taking 3 out of those. That's a 2, 6 pair, which means that's the 1 and that's the 2. Thank you. Takes 1 out of those. That becomes a 3, 7 pair, which means that's the 1, that's the 3. There is no 3 here. This is 1 and 4. That means that's the 2, that's your 1, that's your 2, which means that's your 6 and that's your 2. The 6 looks back, making that the 8 and that the 6. The 8 means that's not the 8, that's the 8. This row is missing a 1. That means that's the last place for a 9, that's the last place for a 7, making that the 4 and that the 7. The 4 looks down, making that the 1 and that the 4. The 8 looks down, saying that's not the 8, that's the 8, leaving that 3 by pencil mark, making that a 7 and that a 3. Deet, deet, doot. The 9 looks down, making that the 1 and that the 9. The 6 makes that the 7 and that the 6. And in here, I need to put 1 and 7, and I'll use that 7 because it's the first thing I saw. Right. That was... Thank you, Mike. Really appreciate it. There was going to be something. I knew there was going to be something. See, you find something like that, and then you follow one chain, and you forget to come back and use it for the other chain. It's really weird how something that simple can be distracting, and that's how people say, "Oh, you missed this." It's like you follow one train of thought, and it's really easy to not come back and then reinvestigate. I did see that that led to something. I just forgot by the time I got back to it. Particularly when you're recording, you are thinking about so much more when you're presenting. Okay, extra regions. Okay, we got a problem here. This is someone. How? Puzzle solved. Each grey region contains the digits 1 through 9. I've done that. Um, I don't know what to do here. Give me a second. Right, I can see what I can potentially do here. Oh my lord. This looks much worse, but I can see the regions. Like in putting the cages in, it re-rendered the puzzle and made all of this much darker. Like just adding cages changed the way this worked. Oh, I think I know what's happened. I know what's happened. That'll do. How's that? What had happened is when Shy set this, Shy highlighted those cells and then put extra regions over the top, which is why they just showed as all grey with no delineation. If they'd just been extra regions, they would have read it okay. If they'd just been highlight, it was the highlighting that was actually causing the problem. But because all of these cells had been selected and highlighted grey, so basically they'd done that as well. So they'd used the extra region constraint and highlighting. If they just used the extra region constraint, it would have been fine, I imagine. But anyway, now let's try and solve this. So these are 7, 8, 9. I'm going to use this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 9. I'm going to put these in. I'm a little distracted now. 1, 5, 9. And these are 2, 8, 9. Okay, there's no 8 there. There's no 5 there. There's no 8 there. There's no 5 there. There's no 1 there. There's no 7 there. There's no 2 there. This is an 8, 9 pair. So I've got an 8, 9 pair in this already. So that's a 2. So that's a 9. So that's an 8. So that's a 9. So that's a 7. So that's an 8. There's no 9 in this cage now. So that's a 4. There's no 4 in either of those. This is a 5, 9 pair. So this is a 1. So this is a 9. So this is a 5. And this is a 9. And this is a 5. Okay. So 2 in this cage is not here and it's not in any of those. So it's in one of those. 7 in box 2. Okay. Wait. Right. 7 in box 2 is right there because it can't repeat in the cage and it can't repeat those. So I was sort of starting to look at that sort of logic down here. Where does the lower right cage get 7 from? Yeah, that's the sort of thing I was starting to look at. I don't know why I was starting down here, but I was starting to look at digits that needed to go in the cage and their placement. 7 can't go in any of those. It can't go there, so that's a 7. 7 can't go in any of those, so 7 is in one of those two. Yeah, not sure that's helpful, but there'll be something like that. 8 in this box. Can't go there, can't repeat in the cage, so that's your 8. 2 in row 5. Oh, right, that's not your 2, that's your 2. So there's all sorts of stuff like this that you can do. I believe this is the sort of puzzle that you could solve in multiple different ways. Because these digits, so these are 3, 4, 5, and 6. And whatever that digit is has to go in one of those. So that can't be 6 or 4. This is 3 or 5. Like, that's another sort of logic you could use here. I don't know how that's helping me yet, but it's sort of a thing. And I could do the same in these ones, but I'm not sure I want to do that. I'm looking for something else. I don't know why I'm looking for something else, but maybe I should do that. Like 1, 2, 6, 7. Well, there's no 7 in those, but this has to exist in one of those, and it can't be 6 or 7. And so that's a 1. So there's a 1 down here. These are 2, 6, and 7. There's a 2, 6 here, so that's the 7. The 2 makes that the 6 and that the 2. So it did actually provide a lot. So these are 1, 2, 1 and 3. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 3, 6. And this 3 makes this 6, this 3, and this 6. I like using these cages this way. I can see people are posting things in chat, but I'm enjoying using these cages this way. So I'm not really exploring what people are saying. One is in one of these two. So what is this quadruple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7? No, 1, 4, 5, 8. Well, there's no 8 in any of those. Oh, there's no 8 in this cage at all. That's the 8 and that's the 4. 8 comes out of here. This is 1, 4, 5. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 2, 3, and 6. So 3 and 6 come out of those. The 1 in this row now must be there, taking 1 out of those. This 4 makes this the 5 and this the 4. The 4 looks up, making that the 5 and that the 4, which makes that the 3 and that the 6. As I said, it may not be the most efficient way to solve the puzzle, but I'm having fun doing it this way. This 3 makes this the 1 and this the 3. There's no 3 here. Oh, actually, there's no 3 in either of those. That's the 3, and the 2 looks up, making this the 6 and this the 2. These are now 1, 5, and 9. There's no 1 there. There's no 5 there. This better be 2. These are 7, 8, 9. No 8 there. 4, 8, and 9. There's no 8. There's no 4. Yeah, I was really enjoying going around that frame. If I ignored someone else saying something, I apologize, but I was having fun doing what I was doing. 5, 7, and 9. There's no 5 there. So this is where the trick kicks in. 3 is here in the box by Sudoku. 2 is there in the box by Sudoku. 6 is there in the box by Sudoku. I'm just looking for digits that have multiple things looking in. 1 is now there, which means that's 9, that's 5, that's 1. The 9 looks down, making that the 4, taking the 4 out of there. That means that's not the 4 and that's the 4. This row is now just missing 7, 8, 9. So this is 7, 8, 9 and it's not 7. This column better be missing just a single digit, which is a 7, which takes 7 out of there and 7 out of there. This column is missing a single digit because I've got an 8, 9 pair. That's a... no, it's not a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. My eyes are really starting to hurt. It's a 5, which means that's a 9, that's a 7, that's a 5. The 9 looks back, making that the 8. The 7 makes that the 9, which makes that the 8, which makes that the 7. This is just missing a 9, which makes that the 8 and that the 9. That was a lot of fun. The original presentation of the grid possibly left a lot to be desired. But the puzzle itself was stunningly good. It wasn't too hard to fix. I just needed to figure out where the regions were by opening the original link and then go from there. I haven't solved that many today, I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've only solved 11, but my eyes are starting to hurt. So I think I'm actually going to end the stream a little early today. I'm sorry about that, everyone. I know that particularly when I'm getting the support I am, thank you very much to Jobo, David Ratner, and particularly John Brown. I'm not cutting this short because, oh, I've got my budget or anything. You know me well enough, I hope, to know that that's not the thing here. I did say at the beginning that I had an appointment to go collect my glasses and everything, and I do want to rest my eyes before then. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. I've got a tracking sheet I'm using, Oliver. It's all good. Yeah, thanks everyone for jumping in. Hopefully these streams will stop getting reports against them. Basically, as soon as Clover announced that they were setting up a gas YouTube channel, all of my gas streams started getting reports against them. And I don't know who's doing it or why. I do not believe it's any of the gas team. I do not think that's the case at all. I don't know. I just don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoy the content. I hope you enjoy the puzzles that are coming up. Some of them are just amazing. As I said, I've recorded a couple of weeks in advance. And if there are any problems while I'm away, I'm going to be very limited in my ability to fix them. So I'm hoping that it'll all be good. Thanks everyone again. And always, as always, good luck with your solving. Bye everyone.